Hi Capricorn, I'm Empress Rose and welcome to this week's reading. These are very general readings, so as always, take what works, leave what doesn't. And check your sun, moon, rising, Venus signs. Also, all my cards are pre-shuffled and prepared before I turn on the camera. All right, we're going to start with the Oracle Mystical Moments deck to give me an intuitive vibe of where we're going here. What's Capricorn got coming this week? What's Capricorn need to know about? Most useful. Okay, I'm just going to fill out. I just saw Precious Memories. I cannot take that many cards. We'll take these two that I can't see what they are. Okay, we have no rain today and abracadabra. So abracadabra really speaks to me about magic words, manifestation. She's working with the stars. Personal growth. We have a lot of personal growth. Her head is a spiral, so that means she's circling around to in a very familiar cycle of that's one of the themes in her life. That she circles back to again and again, and each time she circles back to that theme that keeps reoccurring and cropping up in her life, she's grown a little bit and has a new perspective on it. This is growth, so this talks about growth to me. There's also sort of a public vibe here, towering. I mean, she is taller than anything. So this could be a towering female figure in your life that represents growth. There is a wedding dress here, so there might be some sort of commitment, some sort of promise, and then we're touching the stars and we're saying the words abracadabra. So there's something coming into existence or speaking something into existence. So we've grown a lot, we've learned a lot, and we are ready to say the magic words. So, this might be you, or this might be a female figure in your life, or a feminine figure, but it just represents so much growth and preparation and commitment to something. So I mean, I think like I can say, say the magic words, but without this growth, without this commitment to this growth, without this there's no magic words. I mean, there can be magic words, but there's also like a commitment to personal growth that helps, that really help your magic along and really help your manifestation and manifesting powers move forward. So then we have no rain today. So to me, this card is a little bit about denial because there is actually rain in this card. So why are we saying no rain today? There's a happiness here, and then there's a sadness here that we're keeping a little bit private. Honestly, this ballerina looks like she's wetting her pants because it's just, I don't know. So it's a beautiful card. I love the art, but I just like, there's some weeping here that we're not really dealing with or focusing on. We're mostly just trying to focus on the positive, and which I think is a great tactic. It's really okay to choose thoughts that make you happy. You don't have to look, I mean, we don't want to be in denial, but there is like a certain sense where just looking at looking at things we don't like doesn't do us much good. So there's a sense where it needs to be acknowledged and move on. If you're going to choose your thoughts, definitely choose the positive ones and the ones that feel good. There's no reason not to. You are choosing to not look at the bad stuff in life. You don't have to focus on it though. You can look at it, it can be there. But then you can choose your focus. And I see these two beings looking in very different directions. This one's looking to the future and this one's looking into the present. So, so there might be like some anxiety when you're looking to the future of a situation, and this is encouraging you to stay present, stay in the moment. Okay, so we're going to move to the Santa Muerte Tarot deck for the body of your reading, Capricorn. And I'm just doing a nervous shuffle here until I'm ready. All right, Capricorn. This is your past, this is your present, this is your inner landscape, this is what it's at issue, this is your environment, your to-do list, and a possible outcome. Oh shit. Alrighty. Sorry about this, Capricorn. No wonder you're really trying to stay focused on the present and not cry. Okay, in your recent past, though, you have the Page of Pentacles. So pages are a playful learning vibe. You are just starting your harvest. You're starting to collect some coins and put them in your bag. It's very exciting. In your recent past, you were just starting to make some real money on something. You were just starting to collect some rewards for a long season of work. And it was pretty exciting. You were pretty proud of yourself. You were like, oh my gosh, this is cool. I love this part where I'm just beginning to pick the, I mean, there's not a lot of ripe fruit, but there's enough. And she's filling her bag. This page is filling her bag with, you know, and Pentacles are real things in life. So you were seeing some real returns on your investments of time, money, whatever. You know, you were seeing some real returns in your recent past. It was exciting too. You know, this is like the entrepreneur getting their first couple customers and that kind of thing. You know, it's a real exciting new vibe, you know. Very promising beginning. But in your present, you're struggling with the Three of Swords. This is absolute heartbreak. This is getting stabbed in the back. There's some sort of surrender here. So I don't know which character you're identifying with. Are you the one who's stabbing in the back and enjoying it and liking the domination? Or are you the one who's just fucking had it? And look, I'm swearing a lot in your reading. I hope you don't mind. And you know, you're putting down your sword and you're like, I just cannot keep doing this. This person is sad. There's a lot of surrender here, surrendering to heartache and betrayal. Looks like you guys were having fun. There was a party. This is the, I can't remember. This is like the wedding huppa from, you know, it's like this one was, there was a party going on here. We were getting married. Maybe a lot of drinking happened. But so this is like, and it just fell apart, and there's been betrayal, bloodshed. These flowers have all been cut down. It seemed to be going so well too, and you just can't do it anymore. Your head is bowed and you just cannot take it anymore. I think this is, yeah, trying not to focus on these tears here quite a bit. So this is just absolute heartbreak, involving a betrayal of some kind. Inner landscape, you're starting to feel like the Queen of Swords. You're battle worn. I mean, here you've got it too. You're not holding, if this is you on the bottom here, you're not holding your sword anymore in a battle position. You're holding it in a position of surrender. She's not necessarily surrendering. She's just battle worn. She doesn't want to fight anymore. She's had it. She doesn't want to fight. She can. She can cut you down. Of course she can. She's been in battle for like 20 years. Like, she can fight. She just doesn't want to anymore. And this is you. This is your inner landscape. You don't want to fight anymore. It's not that you can't. It's that you're choosing not to. You want to walk home. You want to go home. You want to go to safety. You want to sit on your lazy boy or in your hammock and feel safe for like 5 minutes. You don't want to fight anymore. You've still got your sword. You can fight. You will fight if forced into it. And this is how you're feeling. You're feeling just a little battle weary. You can cut shit down though, and everybody knows it. You can. You've got it. You just don't want to use it because you're tired of it. You want to go home. That's your inner landscape. At issue is this Five of Wands. So we're taking this in the reverse. There's a lot of darkness behind you. You cannot see through the dark. You are in this, like in the upright, I always like to think about it of this like chamber of yourself that you found, and you're like, oh my gosh, who's this new self? What's this new situation I'm in? Or it could be a new situation, and you light a match. There's some sort of inspiration, you light a match and you get a glimpse. You can see the room you're in, you can see what's going on. This is like, you can't see shit. You can't light the match. Everything got wet. You can't light the match. You're lacking some inspiration. You don't know which direction to go. You don't know where you're at in this whole process, in this room. You really can't see what's going on at all. And this is blocking your situation, your movement forward. Is this either you've chosen not to strike a match and you've chosen to be in a bit of denial of what this room actually looks like, and that's valid. I mean, who am I to say when you're ready to see something? Or you just can't, and you're trying to strike a match. You're trying to get a glimpse of promise, a glimpse of clarity, a glimpse of something. You're trying to get just the smallest little glimpse in the situation of clarity and seeing what needs to happen and how, but you can't. You're either choosing not to, or you really just can't light this match. It's just not catching on fire. Could be that your box is worn out. You know, the little match striker rough spot on the side there. Could be, you know, you've struck a lot of matches on that and it's just not, you just can't light anything more. You're kind of out of inspiration and out of hope, out of inspiration. And I'm seeing that in this, like, I'm seeing a lot of just exhaustion, too tired, your matchbox too tired to light another match. You're too tired, you don't want to fight anymore. You've gone through some betrayal. Something looked really promising. You've gone through this betrayal and you're just too tired to move forward. You wish you were home already. All right, in your environment, you have strength. Oh my gosh, Capricorn. You are fighting so hard. Some inner demon that wants to unleash its words the way this Queen of Swords, we know she could. Your inner demon wants to unleash, but you're fighting. There's something in your environment that you're fighting, and you're fighting it really hard, and you've got it by the mouth here. So there's something about communication going on in your environment, and you're trying to control the communication. You're trying to control this explosive communication and get it to shut its mouth and stop. And you're trying to like have control over something in your environment, some sort of, I don't want to say a demon in your environment, but this is like inner demons. This is like something you're wrestling outside of you, and it's taking all of your strength to wrestle this roiling dragon to the ground, and you've got your hands in its mouth. There is some pleasure though. You're not entirely upset. You do enjoy a good wrestling match. And you do enjoy finding a way to have the upper hand. That's not the overall vibe I'm getting, but there is something in your environment a dragon in your environment that you're having to wrestle, and it's taking all of your strength. And just as with any feat of strength, there's a little bit of pride when we're able to fully control ourselves or fully get control of a situation. So you're trying to get control of a situation in your environment, and it's very unwieldy. And every time you get one limb of this dragon pinned down, another one comes and whaps you. And so there's just something really unwieldy and wild going on in your environment, and you are struggling to control the whole situation. On your to-do list, we start out in your recent past with this Page of Pentacles, starting a harvest. Your to-do list is like grow up and start harvesting, okay? You started this in your recent past, go back to that. Go back to that situation, go back to those pentacles, and here you are. Your to-do list is to look up, see the fruit, see it above you, start climbing the ladder for it. You've worked hard to get this far. You've worked hard to finish this harvest. And this is saying, here you are, climb the ladder, finish the hard work. You've worked so hard throughout this whole process. It's very clear. And this is saying, go up, keep climbing, keep moving, keep going up towards the fruits of your labors. They're there. They're up in that tree. You go get them. You climb higher. You grow bigger than the situation, and you keep climbing and you reach those fruits up there. You worked hard for those fruits, and you better harvest them, damn it. And that's your to-do list. It's to start bringing in that harvest that was promised in your recent past. Go back to some place in your recent past where you were taking joy, you were taking pleasure, you were getting what you needed. This is calling you. It's calling you back and calling you forward, calling you up. to keep working on that situation in your recent past. This other thing has waylaid you and worn you down and bogged you down and almost cost you all of your strength and everything you had. And this is saying go back to harvesting. You're being called to do that right now, to go back to what happened in your recent past that was bringing you so much joy and bringing in this harvest. So I think it is like, stay focused, stay in the present. There was something back here that was bringing you a lot of joy. You need to bring that into the present and kind of take a break from whatever is causing these tears down here. It's not denial, it's taking a break. It's just saying, you know what, I need to feel good for a while, and so I'm going to focus on my present moment, what's here, what's now. I'm going to focus on harvesting the things I've worked really hard for. I'm going to focus on that right now. So this to me is a lot of choosing your focus in a situation. Yeah, we've got these tears. Yeah, we've got these clouds. Yep. There's a hell of a storm raging, but we're going to focus on our present moment, and we're going to focus on what we have right now. This is going to bring us a lot of growth and a lot of power. In your possible outcomes is we have a tower moment. We have massive disruption. So this is not to say this has to happen, but this is a possibility that something can come in just and upend everything you've worked for, everything you've done. It can come in and upend the whole thing. So this is a possible outcome that we're working on. This is a sudden reordering of things, though. This is like rearranging things, taking things apart. There's a book I'm thinking of, When Things Fall Apart by Thich Nhat Hanh. And when things fall apart, this is things falling apart, but it's falling apart because it's got to get put back together better. And it's going to be put back together better, stronger. You're going to have learned all these lessons. You've learned your lessons, these battle lessons. You're going to learn them, and you're going to be able to go back to life. And there is a tower moment, though. Something's going to come crashing down. And the tower moment in the upright like this, it's not necessarily always a disaster, except for every time I've pulled it for myself personally, it has presaged a really major disaster. But not for everybody, okay? Not every Capricorn in the world is going to have a freaking major disaster come in and tear everything apart like this. But this is sort of a confusing moment when the whole narrative shifts, when the whole situation flips upside down, and it's possible that you could be coming up to a moment where you're not going to know your head from your ass, and where things are just going to be like extremely confusing. But know when things do get that confusing, they're going to be reordered. And here again, I feel like there's a lot of confusion here, like we can't really see clearly what's going on. And so I feel like that's a little bit this tower moment coming in. So also be warned that the tarot can be a little over dramatic about everything. And so it might not be like, an actual tornado actually hitting your house. It could be, obviously it's not going to happen to every Capricorn watching this. So it could be, though, just a reorganization. And in that reorganization process, like, I don't know if you've ever reorganized your cupboards, but at some point you're like, oh my God, this is crazy. Where is anything? I don't even know. Or you're moving and you're unpacking boxes, and there's just like this whole like, oh my gosh, where did we put the blender? Because I really need a margarita right now. So that's the kind of like or disorganization that is coming towards you, or could be coming towards you. You will, it just is a way to rearrange everything I don't want to say everything in your life, but I keep wanting to say everything in your life. But things are going to get rearranged, and it's going to be a little chaotic for a while. And that's just part of the process of rearranging things so that they work a little better. All right, Capricorn, I hope that this was useful for you. I'm really sorry about the storyline that you seem to be on, or that emerged here. But please do comment, like, subscribe. I love to hear when this resonates with you and when you got something out of it. And anytime you like, comment, and subscribe, you make my baby channel grow a little bit and help these messages find other people that might find them useful. And I really appreciate that. Awesome. Well, have a good week.